Hi, Jamaicans.com. This is a early episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and I'm connecting with you so early because I want to try logging in at different times of the week, and just to see how well you guys receive the program at different times of the week. Also, this is the 12th episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann. Can you believe? Like, we actually spent 3 months together so far, consistently. And as you come in, just tell me where you're connecting from. And if you're hearing me clearly, just give me some hearts, just give me some thumbs up so that I know that you are hearing me well. This is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and I won't be here for long, but I want to discuss something that is a story that I stumbled upon yesterday, and it really put things into perspective for me as it relates to friendships. But before I share my story, just tell me where you're connecting from. If this is the first time that you're watching Reason with Ashleigh-Ann, just let me know. This is Jack Madge from Johnson City. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You can correct me if I am wrong. And that's in Tennessee. Thanks for joining. Who else is here? I see people coming in. I see the numbers going up. So just tell me where you guys are connecting from. I guess you're probably on your way to work or getting ready for work. Hi, Anne-Marie from Barbados. Hi, Cassava, where are you from? Tell me, what are you doing now? Is it that you are watching me while you're in your car? Hopefully you're not driving. Albert from Florida, thanks for connecting with me. All right, so today's topic is I stumbled upon an article in the Western Mirror. That's a newspaper that's circulated or distributed in the western parts of Jamaica. Chelly from Virginia. Hi, Chelly. So yes, a story that came out yesterday was that this mother lost her son to a fatal friendship. And when I say fatal friendship, his friend killed him. So he was in Montego Bay for the holidays. You know, some of the students, he's a university student, right? So he was just about ready to return to college for the spring or winter semester, as you guys call it, right? Cassava is connecting from India. Hi, what time is it in India? So, you know, his last hurrah with his friends actually led to his death. And this is exactly what happened. And I won't be spending much time on the story. I just want to focus on our topic for today. If you're just joining, this is Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. I'm Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. And this is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. You can go ahead and share the live video. Go ahead and tell me where you're connecting from and listen in. So he was spending his last moments with his friends before he returned to Kingston to continue school, right? His mom was a bit hesitant when he told her that he was going to spend some time in the urban, well, how should I say, no, in the town center. So she said, you know, be careful. And he's like, he was like, okay, mommy, it's fine. It was like minutes after 1, according to the story, that he decided to leave home. She wasn't in bed at that time. She was actually getting her hair done because he covered the cost of her new hairstyle as her Christmas present. All right, cool. He left out minutes after 1. She said before she got to bed, she called him and she's like, I mean, what time are you coming home? And he's like, I'm okay, mommy, I'm okay. And I think she had called him another time. And he said, mommy, I am fine. And she said, you know, I want to adjust something with the hairstyle, so I need you to get in touch with the hairdresser. And he's like, okay, sure, mommy, I will do that. And I'll come home safely. That's a promise that he unfortunately could not keep, because his friend, who incidentally his mother met the same night that they decided to go out, killed him. And this is the story. So a group of police officers were in a particular area in Montego Bay, when they stumbled upon a young man beside a vehicle, just lazy around, and they were asking him, what's up? So he's like, everything is okay, officer. I think he mentioned about having car troubles. So the police officers were not convinced, and they did they did a little search. When they searched the vehicle, they found blood, and they said, hold on, this is not right, this cannot be right. So after doing a little more investigation, questioning him, he said that he met with an altercation with another young man he was traveling with, and in self-defense he stabbed him. Well, when they convinced him to bring them to his burial site, because he had already buried the body, best believe, the body had multiple stab wounds. So at that time, they arrested him and brought him to the lockup. And of course, by that time, the mother, it was by morning, so the mother started inquiring. Called the young man's father, and that's when she got the news that, hey, he's dead. I don't know. I know a lot of mothers you're watching this live right now, and you're thinking, imagine if that was my child, what would I do? I'm not a mother yet, but I am a daughter, I am a sister, I'm a big cousin, and it would just break my heart. It would just tear me to pieces. Please just let me know if you're still hearing me, because I see the comments just stop. Like, you're like, okay, let me listen to what Ashley's saying, because this story just sounds unbelievable. I mean, in the space of couple hours, not even, because I think they found, it's so sad, Glynis. In the space of couple hours, he lost his life. That was his last hurrah, just before he the spring and the winter semester has started for many schools, so he's ready to return to school. But before he left Montego Bay, he decided that, you know what, I am going to just spend the last time with my friends. And yes, Shelly, it's sad. Thanks, Jay. You said you're hearing me, and I appreciate you guys listening. Tell me now. Fathers too. Gregory said fathers too. Anne Marie said that is so sad. It's so sad. It's like the woman could not come to terms with it, because she's like, I met his killer. I met the guy who killed him. And I mean, the story is sad, but I always look into things a little bit deeper than what is presented. And the thing that came to me was that sometimes we find ourselves in friendships that are very toxic, and unfortunately for him, his name is Demar Stent. I have a little thing up here. Yeah, it was bugging me. So sometime we find ourselves in toxic relationships, friendships, and unfortunately, some of us, when we decide to leave, it's too late. We don't know what was the altercation, what's the argument that started, but that would trigger somebody to do that. But something that I've recognized, it's very easy for us to find out who a person is from the first time you meet them, from the first argument, from the first conversation. If you spend more time, and this is what we don't do too often, if we spend more time actually listening to what the person is saying, listening to the topics that they choose to discuss, listen to their attitudes and watch their behavior towards their family and even their close friends, you can tell the type of person they are. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just going to read some of your comments. JB said, that is why I have no friends. You see, I think that we should still have friends. Friends are an important part of everybody's life. That's what I think. But we just need to choose our friends wisely. Showtime Sheldon says, sad, something like this happened a few months ago where I live. Wow. Yes. Odd Pine said, what happened? I would like to know. So basically what I was sharing with you is a woman from Montego Bay lost her son recently to a fatal friendship. So he spent his last moments in Montego Bay with and I don't know if there were other friends around, but this one particular friend, and the guy killed him. So that's the story. Erica says, shame my head, that's why I stay to myself. So I'm not doing this live to encourage you guys to stay to yourself, because if you stay to yourself, then no man is an island. Like, you still have to live your life, you still have to enjoy life, you know. And people around you, they are part of your life, whether or not you want to accept it. Arlene says, so very true. JB said, very easy, we just need to stay woke. There it is. Anne Marie says, I have a teenage daughter and I do not let her out of my sight. I'm so scared from the time I watched a movie Taken. It scared the life out of me. Yeah, we have situations like that, but I think it is also important for us to balance things. So sometimes it's the conversation that you have with your child just before they leave will nudge them and will, you know, force them to really consider how much time and the quality of friendship that they invest in different people, you know. Sometimes it's just I'm speaking from my experience, it's just sometimes just something what my mom say about the person, let me think about them differently, and I'm like, you know what, I really need to spend less time with this person. This person is toxic, right? If you find that the only time them can talk to you or have a reasonable conversation with you is to talk negatively about somebody else, then you really need to check that friend. You really need to question, why is it that you are entertaining a conversation? And sometimes, you know, sometimes it's not a friend like, oh, I'm a best friend. Sometimes it's a co-worker. Sometimes, I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes it's a family member who, because you share similar circumstances, probably live close to each other or so, but they're just toxic. So today we're talking about eliminating fatal friendships. I'm so sorry, and if it is that you know the mother, just express my deepest and my most sincere condolences to her and the rest of the family, because it's a great loss. This young man was studying to become a computer programmer. You understand? So you can imagine another great from Montego Bay, and wow, his life was cut short. Janet says, I feel nauseated. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Janet. I'm really sorry to hear that. Shelly says, yes, listen, most of us don't listen to our own instinct and follow others. Exactly. Sometimes we need to spend some time auditing our friendships, auditing our friends. Is this really adding value to my life? Is this friendship? Is this relationship? Or sometimes it's an intimate partner relationship. Is it really adding value to my life? I like that you guys are interacting with me so early in the morning. What time is it in your place? Gregory says he didn't know him, so wrong place, wrong time, always on your guard. Gregory, actually, he introduced the young man as his friend to his mom, and before they left to visit the town center in Montego Bay, the young man, his friend, was sitting in the living area of their house. So you understand, he was very cozy obviously with this man, because I don't think he, and I'm using the word cozy loosely, I know some of you guys, I don't think you would bring a stranger into your house just to chill, especially at those hours of the night. Shelly says, I have no best friends, I know lots of people. You have a point. Bonita says, jealousy. When someone see you're moving on with your life and they are not going anywhere. You see, that is the thing too. And we need to come out of the habit. Leave it to the psychologists and the counselors. We need to come out of the habit of trying to change people. I am going to invest a friendship and a relationship in this person because I can change them. You can't change nobody unless they're willing to change. Remember, say me tell you that, right? Arlene says, no friend like Jesus. Seek him and cover yourself and children with the blood of Jesus. Exactly. Pick, choose, and refuse. Yeah, man. Just like when you go to the supermarket and you have different brands to choose from, that's exactly what you have to do with your friends. That's exactly what you have to do with your friends and just the people who you surround yourself with, right? I won't be here for long, but as I end this live, I just want to encourage you, to encourage your children and encourage yourself to be mindful of the energies that you surround yourself with. You know, be mindful of the friends that you keep. Be mindful of the relationships that you develop, because some of them, if you really do an audit, they're only subtracting from your life. Them not adding up. Them not adding. If you be true to yourself, you know that they're not really adding to it. Jamaicans have a tendency to be trendsetters and to be fixers. We like to fix and we like to make it right, and we like, you understand? Sometimes we have to let go of toxic relationships. Janice says sometimes we have to be a defensive driver even when we're not driving. That is it. That is it. And especially for our children, I know many of you are parents, right? And you know, children don't really look at those, they don't consider these things. So this is a conversation that you need to have with your children as well, with a young person who you mentor. Not necessarily will they consider that, you know, that person is not so good for me, because the person probably have more resources than them, always laughing, something of the sort. So whatever it is that attracts them to that person, they may not see the danger in the friendship. And I think it's important for you guys to have a talk, for parents to have a talk. My family, the door ramp. Not even my immediate parents, my grandparents, oh gosh, they always have this conversation with me. And I think it's important because it allows you, not to say that we're going to be perfect, no, we're always going to surround ourselves with the best people. No, sometimes we'll make mistakes. Sometimes we're going to find ourselves in situations where we're like, why me there so? Right? Georgia says, no, not everybody is your friend. Exactly. Arlene says, also the society today call people friends that they never meet. Social media link up doesn't equal. See it here, you're in a WhatsApp group, you're in a Facebook group, and you find that this one particular person keeps commenting anytime you make a post, or you know, you have a good conversation with them. Sometimes just randomly they start following you on social media. It's fine sometimes to entertain conversations like that, but they aren't necessarily your friends because you don't know them outside of social media. That's another, I'm so glad you brought up that point, Arlene, because a lot of children, and as I say, I know many of you are parents, grandparents, we have to start up the conversation there. You understand? Alright, JB, take care of yourself and all the best on the plantation. I guess you're talking work. Okay, so I won't be here for long. I actually have work as well. But I wanted to go live just at a different time so that I could check in with you guys and have a little reasoning before we start our day, right? Just to let you guys know, I really get a lot of comments and viewership, and I want to take this show to the next level. So I'm open to sponsorship. If it is that you are, and it's not a lot of money, just to say, if it is that you are interested in sponsoring Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, then you can go ahead and send me an email at info@livewellja.com. All right. So I'm going to put in the comments the email address and further information. If it is that you're a business owner and you really like this show and you want to help me to take it to the next level, then invest as a sponsor. All right. Yvonne says sometimes we need to help people to select the right people sometimes we need help to select the right people to invite into our lives. No one person knows everything. And that's why I rely on my parents, and I rely on my big sister. you know, because they have a little bit more experience than me, so sometimes I bounce ideas off them. As I tell you guys, it's not hard to pick out when someone is not for you. In the first few exchanges, you can pick it out. Just spend more time listening. Just listen a little bit more. Once you listen a little bit more, you're going to find it out. All right, Gregory, have a great day as well, and I am happy that you appreciate me. I appreciate you too. All right, so have a great day. Thank you for tuning into my live. Please go ahead and share this live on your page and start the discussion as to how we're going to eliminate fatal friendships. Take good care of yourself and have a good weekend.